On May 18, 1944, Crimea experienced a terrible tragedy. Its indigenous people, the Crimean Tatars, were deported in one day and had already spent several months in Central Asia and the Urals in exile. The NKVD leadership had already reported to Stalin on the special operation, cleansing Crimea of Crimean Tatar traitors and Hitler's collaborators, for which they received new stars on their shoulder straps. Now they faced the difficult task of cleansing, erasing from memory everything that could remind them of the Crimean Tatars in Crimea. To rename settlements, demolish historical monuments, completely rewrite history, and erase from the memory of other Crimean residents any reminder of their former neighbors. In short, to make sure that nothing reminded here of the presence of the indigenous people before. But life went on as usual on the Arabat Spit. Its small population, the Crimean Tatars, was simply forgotten because it was considered uninhabited. In September of 1945, the local authorities accidentally discovered their flaw, or an accidental mistake. It was a few tiny fishing villages. Crimean Tatars lived there peacefully, fishing, cultivating the land, in short, leading an ordinary life and not even suspecting that their countrymen had long been deported to Central Asia and the Urals. This was immediately reported to Bohdan Kabulov, one of the active organizers of Stalin's repressions and a major participant in the deportation of Crimean Tatars. The latter realized that such an oversight could not go unpunished, and ordered the Arabat Spit to be cleared within 2 hours. But Kabulov did not specify how exactly the spit should be cleared. Then someone from the local government found a way out. Several dozen people, men, women, the elderly, and children, were gathered at one of the marinas, put into the hold of an old barge, and towed it to the middle of the Sea of Azov. Then they opened the kingstones. The top hatches were closed, and the barge slowly sank to the bottom. The surface of the sea was plowed by the convoy's boats for several hours, just in case no one came up to the surface. But the sea surface was dead, as were those who remained beneath it forever. This story was told in detail many years later by one of the participants and executioners of this massacre, who was back then an NKVD soldier.